Here's something I thought that's interesting. So the exoticals channel, that's also there's a lot of really interesting conversations going on in that exotical space. Like some of the stuff I agree with, some of it I don't agree with, but I don't know, because I'm a person who considers myself just black. But uh, how do I say, like, I have seen some stuff, like there was a comment today, or yeah, it was like it's kind of in passing. I'd never heard this, but somebody was saying like Maya didn't have a good career. I guess that's like a talking point for some people, which is very strange because like for me growing up, I liked Monica, Maya, and Aaliyah. And in my friend group, like I was like the darkest skinned person, and I like always would listen to Aaliyah. She was like my favorite one. And it was probably because she looked a lot like me, but also I just liked her style, like the way she wore her clothes. And she had like the side eye, left eye thing going on. She just had like the cool hairstyles. Like, I don't know. Leah was more hip, but I had a friend, one of my best friends, she liked Maya. And so, she would just share with me like when a new Maya song would come out and we would like dance to the Maya song. But I never felt like it was like, oh, if I like Aaliyah, I can't like Maya. Like, I still went to the Maya concerts, and there's like a lot of Maya songs that I really like. So I'm not sure. I don't know who would be up here trying to argue that like Maya didn't have a good career. That's a very strange thing to say. Like she's got a lot of hits that are really great. I probably feel like the same thing is the case for Tinashe. Like I personally don't listen to Tinashe, but like Tinashe has her core fans, like FKA Twigs, the same sort of thing. Like these women have their core base of fans. But the thing is, like, so let's go back because I was trying to get to the point about Normani. Normani also has like a core base of fans. And I am confused why her fans aren't showing up for her. Like, why aren't they streaming her music? Like, why aren't they doing more? Like, I think Justine Sky is just a really good example of this. Like Justine Sky used to go to McDonald's and do these like I guess like just Q&A lives with her fans, people who are like listening to her music. I didn't even know that that was a thing because I didn't, unfortunately, the algorithm never pushed Justine Sky to me. So if I would have known about her earlier, I for sure would have been in the lives. Like now I go anytime that she posts something, I go. But I think that something useful to say, because I mean, I don't know how other people classify themselves, but I consider myself like a brown skinned woman. And I do think that like having representation of people who look like you is very important. So like I make a lot of content on this channel about Habesha women and Ethiopian women and African women, East African women, just so that people can get more accustomed to what what that group is, because I always see people like misclassify us, and I don't like that. It feels very strange. Like um it is like there, and also it's really weird because one thing I actually see from the exotical channels that I feel like I don't see enough from the black women empowerment channels, is like the exotical channels seem to acknowledge the beauty coming from the black American group, or the unambiguous dark skinned black women group. They seem to acknowledge like yes, there are plenty of attractive people in the group who have talent, who have things. They're like pushing up the group, and but they're also critiquing the group and giving very valid critiques. And so the conversation about Normani and like maybe like why she's not doing as well, I guess, or why she could be doing better, um I I don't really know. The whole thing about the Little Mix 5 or whatever, let me not even hold you. I definitely don't listen to that group. I never did. I liked Camila Cabello's one song, Havana, but Camila Cabello, this is another thing I think is important when we're talking about representation. Like I continuously talk and write about Haben, like the more I seem to write about Haben, the better she does. Like she's been performing at like she performed at 3 basketball games, like the Warriors, the Clippers, the Ravens. I think she's been like singing the national anthem there. She went on tour with Coco Jones. Um, I don't know. Like there are artists who are doing really well. Um, and like it is okay to like artists who are similar to you. And I think that the one of the bigger issues with a lot of black women, You need it, like there's a wide diversity in terms of like what black women look like, so you can't just have like the really strange thing I think about the Tyla situation is like I don't know who's doing it or who is in power, because there's so many of these, like Tyla, if Tyla herself is saying I am not a black person. I am not a black person. Well, whoever the gatekeepers are in these like black communities, you guys need to stop pushing her to like black consumers, because that's what I see happening. Because I certainly know that the community of like white girls in like Tennessee where I am, like the blue-eyed white girls are not being like, we are like Tyla. They might listen to the song and like appreciate it for what it is, but at the same time they're going to look to someone who looks like them. And that is not an abnormal thing. That's a very normal thing. It's also a reason why I created this channel, and I just keep going because I know that there are more just normal black girls who are doing things in a regular part of society who have, you know, shit to say, and it's not like all strange. And like those girls need representation too. So I don't know. I just, there's some weird shit that I feel like I'm seeing, and I wanted to like call it out for what it is. Yeah.